Hello, my curious souls. Welcome in or welcome back to Wandering Soul Tarot, where we harness our magic through tarot and oracle cards for spiritual growth and self-discovery. My name is Amanda. Thank you so much for being here with me and supporting my channel. Today, we have a month ahead reading for you. And in this reading, we will be looking at current energy, incoming energy, some challenges, some actions you can take, and we will pull some oracle cards and tea leaf cards to get some overall themes and to give you a little peek into the potentials that the month may bring in for you. Before we get into it, a quick couple of notes. I did a poll recently on how often you all would like to see tarot readings from me, and once a week was the clear winner. So in the month of October, we are going to switch from my standard 2 days a week to 1 day a week. So I will be posting videos every Thursday morning, and those will be topic-based, based on what I'm feeling inspired by or what I feel the collective is really in need of. I may throw in a couple of really short and quick mystery messages and or collective readings in the month of October, but that will be based on my time and what I'm feeling in the moment. So I just want to thank you all for your participation in those polls and also for tolerating all of the bonus readings in September. I know it was a lot for possibly some of you, but I really wanted to share my gratitude and thanks for my absence in August, and also just to give back to the community in a way that was hopeful and uplifting. So I hope you enjoyed all of the bonus readings. If you want to take a peek at what all of those were, they are all timeless, so don't hesitate to view those readings if you are in need of some advice in the month of October and as we switch up the schedule here. So with that, if you're ready to get into your reading, the timestamps are in the description box. Remember that these messages may not resonate with everyone and should act as confirmation for you. So if you are not connecting with the messages or feel resistant to them in any way, then please leave these messages for who it is meant for. And if they are resonating and you'd like to dive in a little deeper, I am available for personal readings. The link to book that is in the description box. And also feel free to share in the comments what messages are resonating for you the most and any symbolism that stands out for you. I'd love to hear your stories and some of the things that are really aligning for you. So if you are ready to get into your reading, the timestamps for each one of these soul paths are in the description box. However, if you'd like me to introduce you to the soul paths, let me do that now. For soul path 1, we have the Magical Creatures Tarot with the clear quartz crystal. For soul path 2, we have the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot with the Angelite Stone. And for soul path 3, we have the Wild Reflections Tarot with the Mookaite Jasper Stone. So use your intuition now to choose the soul path that is calling to you the most. And when you feel ready, click on the timestamp in the description box to skip to your reading, and we will see you over there. Hello, Soul Path 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose the Magical Creatures Tarot with the clear quartz crystal. And the clear quartz crystal is a master healer. So you could be somebody who is really invested in their spiritual growth, and maybe someone that is in the healing industry, whether that is alternative medicine or you are a doctor, a nurse, somebody who is really offering their services to help heal the collective, to heal people. Could be on a physical plane, could be on a spiritual plane, mental plane as well. And I'm almost getting somebody is a counselor. So they are working with people's mental health. They are bringing them back to themselves. They're offering mental clarity. That is just for some, not all. Now, the month of October could bring in some mental clarity for you. Some memories could be sparked that offer a sense of mental clarity. You could also be trying to find balance within your mind or body. The crown chakra is typically associated with this crystal. And you could also be looking for some sense of direction or purpose in the month of October. This could just be a general theme that you are kind of moving through at this time. You're trying to find your direction. You're trying to find your purpose. So I'm almost wondering if the master healer path is something to consider. You could consider a specific modality that really lights you up or has helped you in the past. So that could be something for somebody. And setting intentions could be something that is very helpful for you in the month of October, where you are setting your intention to find clarity and or your direction and purpose. Maybe you could journal about how you can find that. What are the things that you want to bring in the month of October? And what are some of the actions, the small mindful steps that you can take in order to do that? So I'm getting a lot of manifestation energy with this. So before we get into your reading today, I'm going to pull 3 cards from the Tea Leaf Oracle here. And this will be kind of overarching themes for the month of October for Soul Path 1. Okay, so you got 4. That's okay. Maybe we will pull 4. So we got Tree, Affairs with Your Family. We got Tankard, Celebration, Fun, and Enjoyment. So there could be something here regarding your family that you're going to be celebrating. It could be a birth of a child. It could be a wedding of some kind. It could be some celebration, a really big birthday, so a kind of a milestone birthday I'm seeing. Or a family reunion as well. That could be something. Frying pan, trouble, accusations. Okay. And Candle, you will be shown the way. Isn't that cool? We were talking about direction and purpose. And here is something that is kind of indicative of that. You will be shown the way. Now, there could be some upset in your family environment as well that could stir up a little bit of trouble. So that could definitely be something for somebody there. Now, that could also be something I'm getting from the frying pan into the fire. So there's a sense of not being able to get away from something. So I just feel that that's just a bit of a warning to maybe steer clear or reduce your engagement with those who are trying to start fights and arguments, trying to stir the pot just for the fun of it, and focus instead on the celebration, fun, and enjoyment that you can have in your life in the month of October. And finding your way, to be shown the way. How can you do that a little bit more? What are the things that you can practice or put into place that can maybe help you find some sort of clarity or direction? So I think that's a really strong theme that's going to be happening for you in the month of October. And what's interesting is that I meant to pull an opening energy card for you to get your energy, and there's too many there. And I didn't. So I almost wonder if things are going to be feeling a little backwards for you as I shuffle the deck backwards. That's okay. So it almost feels like there's something from your past coming back that you have to deal with, and you're feeling really unclear about how to resolve a certain issue or problem, or how to make this person finally go away. Yeah, I feel it's kind of like bugs to a light at this moment, but the candle reminds me of a kind of the hermit, the light in the hermit lantern, where you have to lean on your own quiet, intuitive self to find the way, rather than logic, rather than having other people kind of put their 2 cents in on how it should be handled or how things should be done. Your intuition, I feel, is going to be possibly amplified. So really pay attention to that. Let's get into current energy for Soul Path 1. Current energy for Soul Path 1. Okay, so we have Deception and Envy with the number 7. This is the 7 of Swords in the traditional tarot. I'm just going to leave that here for now. I feel that this could be the trouble and kind of the person accusing you of something that you didn't do. Now, this could also be you accusing somebody of something that you know that they did, and it has hurt your heart in some way. This could be a person that has deceived you, has lied to you, that has betrayed your trust in some way. Could be some, not all, but it also could be somebody telling you. What's interesting is that somebody is accusing you of something, but when actual fact, they are the ones that can't be trusted. So it's almost like they are placing their own guilt and shame and their perceptions, they're projecting that onto you. So just be mindful of that. I feel like this person could be a part of your family unit. It could be somebody from the past that maybe you've just had an ongoing dispute with or tensions with. I do feel it is connected to the heart, so somebody that you have had some relationship with in the past. So it could be a family member, it could be a friend, could be a partner or an ex that you have tried to stay away from, but they're still in your life trying to stir up trouble. It's a strong energy there. Let's get into the tarot now and just take a peek at the details of what's going on in October for you. So let's look at incoming energy for Soul Path 1 for the month of October, please. Incoming energy. So we have the Four of Swords in the sideways position. This is an energy of restfulness and taking time out, taking a break, but I feel like that is being threatened in some way, or you're not able to take the time that you need in order to recover from something, to fully heal from something. There could have been a particular relationship in your life that you have broken away from. This could be a breakup or simply a walking away from a friendship that wasn't working. Maybe tensions in your family and you have kind of stepped away from that relationship. And now you're trying to find space to heal from that, to take time out, to take a breather, and to really recover from that. Now, this could also be you recovering from a surgery that you've had or some kind of health condition in the physical body. So I feel like this trouble, this possible person is really threatening that, and you're not able to really step into that full space of recovery because you're dealing with something. You're dealing with someone that is threatening that space. There is an opportunity to create space, but you also have to kind of meet that energy halfway, which is maybe why it was in the sideways position, because it is available and will be available to you, but you have to engage in that rest. You have to create that space and really protect that space in order for you to step into that energy of recovery and rest. So let's look at current challenge for Soul Path 1 in the month of October. Challenge for Soul Path 1 in the month of October. And this rest also might be beneficial for you to be able to find some sort of direction, to find a space to really think about things and get that mental clarity that you might be seeking. So the Sun in reverse, yes, the challenge is to find that celebration, fun, and enjoyment, that playfulness. I feel, interesting that I said I fear. I feel there is a threat to your energy. There is a threat to your happiness and joy. So the challenge is to, if at all possible, to protect that space, that energy that is being threatened in the month of October, possibly by the deceptive or envious person that is around you, or maybe coming back into your life. I feel like this celebration, fun, and enjoyment is going to be something that is needing to be a strong focus, and I'm not sure why. It could be because you have dealt with a lot of things and you've moved through a lot of difficult energy, trauma, pain, heartbreak. So now it's time to fully recover from that, to heal from that, and to lean back into the things that you find joyful. So I feel it could be a challenge, and it could be a challenge because of this recovery that you're moving through. You're not able to really step into that fully until such time that you are recovered. And also, this person that is stirring up trouble could be really threatening your inner peace. So I would say that even though that's happening, that doesn't mean you have to engage. That doesn't mean that you have to appease. I almost get that you have to apply different rules to this person because they are who they are, and they are not deserving of your explanation, your justification, your time, your energy, your love, etc. I feel that they have hurt you to some degree, and it's not something that they can easily take back. So the focus here is protecting your peace and to find your light again without having this person's permission or acceptance or validation. You have to offer that for yourself. So let's look at some actions you can take to possibly focus on this joy, this playfulness. Actions for Soul Path 1. What can they do to assist them? You got 2. So we have the 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel there needs to be a little bit of work on your behalf. I feel like it will be. This is part of the challenge, is the work that is involved. Kind of practicing makes progress. And this is something that you have to step into. It's not something that's going to be easy. It's not going to be perfect. But there's a slow mindfulness about and intention about what it is you want to achieve over a period of time and what kind of work you need to put in order to do that. The Knight of Coins is also here in the reverse, and it is also an energy of taking things really slow and maybe even seeing some delays. So you might be feeling a little bit resistant to taking action. There could be fear involved. There could be an unknown of, what do I do? What are the choices that I need to make that maybe help resolve this or cut the ties, or that really allows me to step into my peace completely and fully. But I don't think it's as easy as that. I don't think it's going to be as clean and clear-cut as that. It is going to be an effort that will eventually occur over a period of time, not something that is swift and fast and done. So it's almost like you have to accept the effort that you will need to put in order to continually put up those boundaries, to continually push back on the energies that are threatening your peace and joy, to lean into fun and enjoyment and celebration, regardless of who or what might be around you telling you that it's not right, or you should feel awful about something. There's shame and guilt coming through. I feel you still have to do this work to reprioritize what you want in your life. So putting in that work, this also can be indicative of the inner work that we need to do in order to help in that effort. So a lot of the times it's not just as easy as setting boundaries and doing something, taking action in the external world. This is also an internal effort as well. So this pause or delay that you might be experiencing in officially putting this to a close or finding this peace and happiness again, there could be something in the internal that could be worked on to really release you from the guilt and shame that you might be feeling. So it's almost like you have to build up your own sense of confidence and security and comforts within self first in order to start to see progress in that external. I hope that's making sense. Now, bottom of the deck, we have the Magician. So this is beautiful energy of creation and connecting in with the higher realms, your higher self, and getting clear on what it is that you want to create, not what it is you are trying to move away from or avoid getting involved in. This is having this idea, setting these intentions about gathering up all of the resources within you to be able to take action and see this thing be created. This isn't just an idea that you can just think into existence. This is something that you have to consider and set the intention on doing and putting the work in order to make that happen. Again, I feel like it's going to be a bit of a challenge in the month of October, only because I feel this is brand new for you. This is a new way of doing something. You're on a new soul journey that will bring in more of this enjoyment. But it's not going to show up at your door. This is something that you have to actively engage in and pursue. At the same time, removing yourself from energies that don't have your best interest at heart, that have only proven time and time again that they will hurt you or manipulate you or lie to you without any change in their actions. So just looking at that. And I feel eventually, as you move through this healing, as you take the time and put that effort into not changing the dynamic or the situation, but doing that inner work, I feel that eventually you will start to see progress. I do want to get a couple of clarifiers. So 4 of Swords. Okay. And be okay making mistakes as well. Release all perfectionism at this time. Don't worry about doing something wrong or making the wrong decision. If intuitively you feel like this is the right thing to do for your mental health, for your sanity, for your peace, love, and joy, then that should be enough to tell you to start taking actions on that. And we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So this is an energy of feeling insecure and not really possibly caring for yourself in the way that you need. Maybe being too reliant on others for this security, comfort, and stability. I feel like this 4 of Swords is encouraging you to step into that for yourself so that you can create a really stable, firm foundation for yourself and offer the care right now that you haven't been able to give yourself in the past, and to really focus on that without any guilt or shame. A lot of the times when we care for ourselves or when we step away from a relationship or a situation without much justification, this can create a lot of guilt and a lot of shame. And again, this is coming back up because this isn't something, it's almost out of character for us. But in my mind, this is for our own security, for our own safety and personal health and mental health. And a lot of situations don't really require you to justify or explain it, especially in the face of narcissism or manipulative people or people who have just hurt you so badly that there's no turning back from that. So I feel like in this instance, to sit in the discomfort of feeling like you were unable to end this or move away from it in the way that you would like, but that doesn't mean you're a bad person. It is just situational. It is just, it's circumstantial and very specific to this person. Yeah, I feel like you are a very caring person. You give a lot to others, you nurture others, and this person may have taken advantage of that. So you have to use a different tactic to move away from, because they will not respect anything else. Okay, let's look at the Sun. What is the Sun? What is the Sun? Thank you. Oh my gosh. All right. The Sun in the upright. That's funny. Okay, so what do I do with that? I think the challenge is very clear. You're not seeing the bright side. You're not seeing, and the challenge is to step into that. which I feel is just clarifying that intention or that challenge or that need to find the joy, that need to be a little more optimistic, that this isn't the end. This is a beginning to do something different, to do something new, maybe a little uncomfortable, maybe a little unknown, but know that you will be shown the way along the way. This is not something, you may not have a map, but following the light, following that joy, following what makes you feel good, who makes you feel good, is going to be that light that guides you along this dark path. So just follow it, is what I'm hearing. Follow the light. And have confidence in this. The sun is an energy of confidence, of being bold and being bright, shining bright, being confident in your decisions and who you are, knowing who you are, having a stronger sense of who you are, even in spite of some difficult and challenging energies that might have been in your past or currently in your life. 8 of Pentacles in reverse. 8 of Pentacles, and I feel that you have a good knowing of that already. So a Knight of, let's do both of these because I was only supposed to get 3, so we'll clarify them both. Let's do 8 of Pentacles in reverse. What are the actions? 8 of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Cups. So inner child healing is what I'm getting from that. I feel you've disconnected from your inner child, possibly. Maybe even your own dreams, imagination, creativity, sensitivity. So I feel you have to work to get that back. And with that rediscovery of that inner child, you will reconnect with self again. Because in this reversal of the sun, I feel there's been a bit of a disconnect from self. And maybe it's because you have to do something differently that you're not comfortable with in terms of taking action. So part of this action, I feel, is to reconnect with your inner child and to reconnect with the things you want for your life, the things you want for your future. And get a little curious, get a little playful. Knight of Coins. Knight of Coins. What I find interesting in the Knight of Coins card is the owl is asleep. So that tells me that there is a sense that your third eye or your intuition or you've disconnected from that instinct. So this might be a month where you reconnect with that again. You reconnect with self, and I feel this space will help you do that. Just time out, time away. Knight of Swords. Okay, so to not take any fast action, and it is in reverse. So not to take any fast action, especially in the face of somebody who is trying to engage you into some kind of fight. And we have the Hanged Man at the bottom of this deck. So more delays. I feel like the delays are because there is something big that you are creating, and it's going to take time to be fully ready and able to take advantage of this energy. So this is like the prep work. This is like in painting terms, this is like you're sanding and cleaning the walls before you put the paint down. And I feel like you're ready and kind of open to this fresh new start, but it's not quite ready to be engaged with or embraced yet because there's still some work to do. I feel the month of October is going to be somewhat of a restful month for you. Possible recovery from something, taking a time out, maybe dipping your toe into the emotional waters just to do a bit of a check-in on how you're feeling and what you need at this time, so fulfilling your emotional needs. We aren't seeing this Hanged Man on screen, so I'm going to do this. There we go. Is that better? Yes. Okay, perfect. So yeah, there's some work to do still. There's some prep work that needs to happen, and I feel the focus needs to be on self. That is going to be a challenge, but it's also, I feel, a really big focus. And because of that, you're recalibrating to self again. You're stepping into the actions that you need to take to do that. And because of that, there are going to be some delays in this because you need to see something from a different point of view, a different perspective before you step into this creation energy. And again, the Hanged Man is surrender energy. So not necessarily giving up on something. This is surrendering to what you need to do, going with the flow of trusting the process and allowing yourself to move on, move through, move beyond, and take the mindful steps that you think is the best at any given moment, not to react too swiftly to anything. I'm almost getting create space between the trigger and the reaction, so however you see fit with that. And that just might be enough to help you start implementing healthy boundaries and taking your time to learn something new here. Final messages for Soul Path 1, please. What do they need to know? Final energies for Soul Path 1. What else do they need to know for October? Cut your losses. That's an interesting card coming up here. I feel that there is a need to let go of something here. I don't know if that is a belief. I don't know if that's a value. But there's something that is not getting you the results that you want. There's something that you're unable to shift, adjust, change, improve. So I'm getting 8 of Cups energy with this, where there needs to be a processing and a letting go of what can no longer be and maybe never was. Of almost putting the sword down, I'm hearing. Put the sword down. Because no amount of tension or fighting or explanation or communication is going to change it. So it's almost like you have to give up on that fight. Could be specific for somebody. One more. Thank you. Yeah. So we have transformation. Both very dark cards. So this could be a pretty challenging month for you, but I feel it's a month of transformation. And I love that that came out as kind of the last card, because I feel like cutting your losses will lead to some form of transformation, maybe in the way that you've done something, and transforming your ideas, your thoughts, the feelings, the things that you want to bring into reality. You are now starting to do that because of the work that you've put in, because of the time that you've taken to understand something and to really be mindful about the process and how you are taking action, how you are spending your time, and what you are focusing on and energetically. The Tower card can also be that, where there are things being broken down. Maybe you have a change of heart, a change of mind, and that's okay. You don't have to see something through to the end to know that it isn't working, especially if there is proof or evidence to that end. So it's like you are crumbling old foundations in order to open space for the brand new things that I feel are entering in the coming months. So this is what I have for you, Soul Path 1. If you'd like to dive deeper with a personal reading, the link to book that is in the description box. And with gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 2. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith with the Angelite stone. Now this is a very peaceful and soothing stone, so you could be looking for or looking to find more peace, to soothe the emotions, maybe connect to your spirit guides or angelic realms. You could have some more psychic, intuitive hits in the month of October. You could have really vivid dreams, so take notes of that. Now, this is also a stone of surrender as well, and not necessarily to give up, but to go with the flow and to allow spirit to guide you. So to not be too rigid with expectations or outcomes or timings, but to really just go with the flow and take things one day at a time. Now, this could be the energy that you're currently finding yourself in, that you are entering October with. I feel like you are really possibly focused on a higher purpose or finding your higher purpose. There was a little bit of that in Soul Path 1, but that wasn't their main message. I feel like you want to clear the chaos in your life and find more peace. This stone is also associated with the throat chakra, so communication could be a pretty strong theme in the month of October, and you trying to develop that more, or to communicate more, communicate boundaries, communicate more clearly with others, etc., or have stronger communication with people. Before we get into the reading, I'm going to pull an oracle card for your current energy, and then we will get into some tea leaves and the tarot, and we will end with a couple of oracle cards. So definitely stick around to the end so that you can get your full message. All right, so Soul Path 2. What is their current energy? Soul Path 2. Current energy for Soul Path 2. Oh, look at that. We've got the Hanged Man, which is a surrender card. Number 12, which is the number 3 when we add it up. Now, I definitely feel a level of surrender here. As you are surrendering, there's something that you are moving through. Could be quite sludgy, could be quite dark, could be quite muddy. Could be pretty unknown as well. You maybe have a lot of questions at this time and questioning your path, maybe wanting to connect with your higher purpose, but not really knowing what that looks like or how to get there or what actions you need to take. Surrender is going to be your key here. Now, also sacrifice. This is something that also ties in with that surrender energy, because you have to sacrifice what is comfortable. That may not be in all areas of your life, but especially if you're looking to create something, you are looking to achieve a goal, sacrificing what you think it should look like, what you feel it should be, might be part of that. And also, if you are trying to achieve something big, you might have to sacrifice your time to be able to put forth a little bit more energy towards that. So what I'm getting here is that you work full time, and this is some, not all. You work full time and you might have to sacrifice a couple hours in the evenings to be able to build something up, or to really create something of your dream and your vision. This could be night school as well, so you could need to, if you want to advance in your career or change career paths or start a business, etc., then there's a sacrifice of time that is required in order to do that, so that you can keep yourself supported while also moving towards this dream or goal. So apply that word as it fits in your life. But that's kind of how I see that word, as sacrifice as well. But I really feel you're going for something that is going to be a little more peaceful for you, that is a little more aligned with maybe something that feels fulfilling or exciting. But you have to take your hands off the wheel a little bit, because this isn't going to happen in the way that you think. So let's get some tea leaves for the month of October. Let's get 3. Thank you. Thank you. And these will be overall themes, kind of general themes for your month here. Take one or take them all. All right, so let's start with the shield. These are all really good cards. You need to defend yourself. So there could be, what I get with this is you have to protect what is most important to you. And if somebody is trying to, there could be something or someone coming in that makes you feel on the defense, like you have to come to your defense of why you're doing something, of why you're making certain decisions. You can choose whether to justify that or not to this person, but I feel like there is going to be an energy of somebody coming towards you and you having to put up the shields to be able to block that energy. Now, I also get protection with that, so protection of what you feel most important at this time, or the things that you want to keep safe. So that could be your time, your energy, your money, and to put up blocks or boundaries in order to be able to do that, but not so much that you don't let anything in. So being very discerning about who you are engaging with and how you are engaging with them. I almost get a protectiveness of ideas here as well. So you having to protect your ideas, not sharing them with everybody, but again, being really discerning about who you share that with, who you share your thoughts and your opinions and your ideas with, because you may end up sharing something with the wrong person and then be engaged in having to defend yourself. So the next one is wishbone. A wish is granted. Now this is cool. This is something that I feel is this rainbow energy of this wish that you have maybe dreamed of for some time, and something that maybe you've prayed to spirit about, of obtaining, of attaining, of letting go of. And maybe you are letting go of some things, which could be part of that surrender sacrifice energy, is that you're sacrificing something to be able to step into something better. So I'm getting an image of somebody hanging onto an anchor and letting the anchor go. That's not the best metaphor, but you know, if you're in the water, for example, you're hanging onto the anchor, you're actively engaged with trying to bring that anchor to the top, but it's not moving. It's really heavy. It's always going to stay where it is. There's this stuckness and stagnation that you end up staying in, even though you have this feeling of, I know that I can move higher. I know that I can do better. I know that I have a lot to give to the world. You have to let go of that anchor in order to ascend, in order to improve, in order to find the light. So I feel like that's part of that energy of that wish, but I'm not sure that it's going to come easy. It is going to be your active participation or lack of participation in that thing in order to let go of something to move towards something that's better. So assess. Interesting. Let's talk about that for a sec. Assess. There might be something to assess here so that you can figure out what that is. There could be something unknown to you that is keeping you stuck or stagnant. So it's kind of stepping back to assess. I'm getting a 7 of Pentacles energy. It'll be really interesting if 7 of Pentacles comes out. But egg, I feel success assured with good plans and hard work. So this isn't about being impulsive and cutting things out willy-nilly. This is about being really mindful about what it is that is helping you, that is hurting you, that is hindering you. And that could be people, situations, beliefs, values, etc. Stories that you're telling yourself that you know may not be true, but has kind of hung on for a period of time because this was imparted on you maybe at a young age, or somebody told you something, or you had an experience, and so now you've absorbed that into your essence, into your storyline, and now it's time to let that thing go. But I feel with good plans, I feel like you're planting a seed here for something new, and it is a golden egg. It is something that is really going to be prosperous. It's really going to do you well. But again, coming back to good plans and hard work, I feel like it's not going to come easy. So this is about investing your time and your energy, possibly money, into this thing. There's a focus here over a period of time, committing yourself to this, and over that time period, with good plans and hard work, it will hatch. It will bring rewards. And that could be your wish, is that you are looking for this to happen. And again, I don't feel like it's going to show up at your door. This is going to be an active participation and engagement in that manifestation. So let's take a look at the cards now, the tarot, and get some more detail. It could touch on these. It could touch on the opening energy, or it could be separate. We will see what strongest energy wants to come out. There's too many cards, but 4 of Wands was something that I saw there in reverse. So foundations, you could be looking to improve maybe your spiritual foundations, or find a new home. Maybe as you share it with someone else too, you're trying to create a strong, stable foundation for yourself. If you are living with somebody, relationship, friendship, roommates, etc., you're just looking for more stability. Let's look at incoming energy for Soul Path 2. Incoming energy for Soul Path 2. Thank you. We've got the Empress. So there's your planting the seed and seeing growth. This is nurturing energy. This is pleasure. This is really feeling abundant and connecting in with the things that you want to see grow in your world. And again, that active participation of not only caring for yourself, but caring for the outcome that you're looking for, caring for the dream of planting that seed and really nurture it, giving it water, giving it light, giving it time, giving it nutrients. Self-care is very strong with the Empress. There also could be some in the collective that are pregnant in the month of October, or discover that they are pregnant in the month of October. So a lot of self-care is going to be required there as you grow this human. And so just be mindful of that, of really taking care of your health. But this is definitely incoming energy. This is an opportunity to see expansion in your life however you see fit. Whether you are expanding on your family, or whether you are trying to create something from scratch and see that grow. Let's look at the challenge for the month of October. Challenge energy for Soul Path 2 for the month of October. Challenge. Okay, King of Swords. Again, we have that communication coming through. So clear, concise communication and finding clarity, I think, is going to be very strong. And that goes back to that energy from the stone of really clearing the chaos. Maybe it's mental chaos, and clearing the throat chakra so you can be really communicative with others. You can be open to really hearing other people's point of view and engaging in that really productive conversation of applying what you've learned, implementing what you've learned, really being clear about your boundaries, about what you want. Teaching could be something. You could be engaging with somebody that can assist you here, that is very intelligent, that is very clear, that is even a teacher. So you could learn something from this person. We'll get clarifiers on all of these, but I'm just going to leave that there for now. Let's look at actions you can take, but this is a challenge. So maybe clear communication with somebody of authority in your life, or a partner in your life, somebody that you're connected with. Actions to overcome the challenge. Thank you. Okay. So, a lot of worry, a lot of stress and anxiety here. There's something really strongly coming out. It's interesting that this came out in the actions, because no level of worry, concern, anxiety is going to clear the air, is going to maybe help you find solutions. Now, that could be something, but I feel like your actions to take lies in your anxieties, lies in the things that you're worried about. And I think the actions that you can take to find some sort of clarity, to learn something, or find a new strategy or approach to doing something, is to connect in with what your anxieties are telling you. What is it that they are sharing with you of maybe what you need, of what you want? Yeah, I just feel like the answers are in the anxieties. Maybe there's something that you're not communicating. Because we have more sword energy. This is a lot of mental energy. This is a lot of throat chakra energy. How is this an action, though, is my question. Bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. So, interesting. We have... It's almost like you kind of have to feel the fear and the anxiety and the worry and do it anyway, is what I'm getting from that. Now, the Fool is an underlying energy. I feel like you want a fresh start with something. And I feel that's why this sacrifice is happening, this surrender is happening within you, because you want something more. You want something more adventurous. You want to get curious. You want to get out in the world and be a little more playful. You just want to see what comes and not be bound by your anxieties and your stresses. But I feel you have to address. Oh, interesting. That's it. Okay. I'm getting it now. You have to address your anxieties. You have to address the things that are changeable and are not changeable. And I think your anxieties are going to tell you what that is, because I feel there's a need that's not being met, or you are carrying a lot of mental chaos, a lot of mental weight that may not be needed. So there's maybe a fear of communicating what it is that you need, a fear of communicating your true desires, the things that are on your mind, your opinions. And sharing, communicating may be really fearful for you because of past experiences. And I feel like you want to let this go. You don't want it to hinder you anymore, because maybe it has hindered your growth. It has hindered your success. And I feel there's a need. This defense almost is sharing your truth. And what truths are you not sharing with this Nine of Swords? And you are keeping them stuck within your mind. You are suppressing them in some way, and they are coming out as anxieties. So take a peek at that, and feel free to share in the comments what messages or symbols are resonating with you right now. It's always good to hear. It's always neat to see how these stories kind of unfold. I know some of these stories can be a little deep and dark, so don't have to share, but definitely if you see some symbols popping up, that would be cool to see, so you can put an emoji down in the comment section. But interesting, we have the Nine of Swords again in the reverse with the Empress. Okay. I'm getting something very strongly now. So the incoming energies that I see with the Empress and the Nine of Swords in reverse is that because this is an incoming energy and not necessarily your energy, I feel there's going to be an opportunity to release this Nine of Swords, because it shows up as action. But here it shows up in the reverse with the Empress. So in order to address the stresses, anxieties, and worries, you have to offer yourself what you're needing at this time. The care, the nurturing, that mothering aspect, that holding space for the things that you're not getting right now. And that is the incoming energy, the incoming opportunity that will help you alleviate some of the things that are on your mind that you've been maybe ruminating about, the shoulds, the woulds, the coulds, the things that I want to do, but I'm maybe too fearful of stepping into, or maybe too fearful of saying. But I feel the opportunity in the month of October is to come back to that nurturing energy of holding space for your truth, of honoring your truth, honoring your needs, honoring your own self-care. And that will alleviate, I feel, a lot of the anxieties that you are fearing at this time. And again, the answers lie in that anxiety of what it is I need and I'm not getting in any situation with any person. Who is this King of Swords? Who is this King of Swords? Okay, so they both came out on the side. The Eight of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. Somebody is possibly offering you something, or somebody that is resistant to doing the work, whatever that work is. The challenge is to do something new and to release perfectionism. I feel like the opportunities will open up for you when there is a release or a surrender of perfection. But it's you have to find the clarity first on what it is I need to do. Maybe there's some internal work that needs to be done. There's opportunity in the challenge, though, absolutely. But it comes down to not doing things too quickly, releasing perfectionism, but also doing your best with what you've got, and knowing that what you are doing is good enough. To learn the lessons and implement those lessons. I'm getting that strong energy back again of integrating what you've learned. So to not do something in the way that you've done it in the past, and maybe there's some inner work that needs to be done in order to find clarity. And again, I feel that aligns quite well with the Nine of Swords, is that the reaction of the anxiety is rooted in something a little deeper than just that reaction or that feeling. So we have to get to the root cause. And I almost feel like that's what's coming through here, is to gain clarity, you have to get to the root cause of what's weighing so heavily on your mind that you're unable to move forward. Maybe you feel stuck. Maybe you've been in some loop or cycle. Because maybe you're looking at the wrong thing. Maybe you're looking for perfectionism within self, when really it's not about perfectionism. It's about acceptance, flaws and all. What's interesting is that we have the Fool at the bottom in reverse here with these two cards. So the Fool is showing up here. It's in the reverse. And I feel like once you gain that clarity, that the opportunities for that fresh start that you're looking for is going to be here. But there's something that needs to be uncovered first. What is this Nine of Swords? The Three of Swords. Okay, so there's some healing here that needs to be done, considered, released, and we have the Emperor. I'll just show you something. At the bottom of this deck was the Emperor as well. So I do feel like you want to take back authority. You want to take back your power. You want to relieve yourself from this. And the way to do that is to be your own authority, of being your own judge, of taking the responsibility of finding that clarity and digging deep to relieve this anxiety, of addressing it and healing from it. I feel like this has something to do with a previous past hurt that hasn't been addressed, that hasn't been really processed. So now this heartbreak, this pain that you've experienced in your past is preventing you from seeing growth and painting your canvas with the same brush. No matter what new fresh start you make or try to make, this crops up over and over again. And so it's really tough to experience something new because this seems to always be kind of an underlying energy. And then it becomes a forefront. There's something here that it is trying to tell you. There's something here that needs to be addressed when it comes to your heart space, when it comes to a pain that you've experienced. And that is the action, is to finally really offer this compassion, really offer a self-acceptance, kindness, support yourself during this time. And I feel like you're really going to dive into things after this with great authority and curiosity and open-heartedness, because you're no longer painting each canvas with the same brush. This is you finally retiring that brush and starting a new canvas with a brand new approach, brand new colors. And that's what this brand new is with the Fool. And the Emperor is taking charge of that, taking responsibility of doing that work and to finally healing yourself from something, of coming into your own authority, coming into that confidence, of really creating what it is you want to build according to your vision. Just curious, 10 of Wands. Yeah, releasing of the responsibilities of other people and only taking on the responsibilities, because I feel this isn't just your mental chaos, this is other people's as well. So taking on the mental responsibility of trying to problem solve and for other people. So this is about problem solving for you and releasing any responsibilities or burdens to change or fix other people and finding clarity on how to do that. That is going to be your challenge this month. So let's get a couple cards to end your reading for Soul Path 2. For Soul Path 2. Path 2. Truth. Yep. We talked about that. Stepping into your truth and being authoritative about that truth, being confident in your truth and not fearing sharing that truth. Again, that's going to be based on the person that you're sharing with, in the context of where you're sharing it. So again, that discernment. And defending your truth, of not trying to change your truth because somebody else doesn't like it. And synchronicity. So maybe there's some strong synchronicities happening. Maybe this reading is a synchronicity for you. But again, the synchronicities could lie in the symbolism that you see here today. There could be a lot of numbers that come up during this time. So 3s, 9s could be significant. 4s, 8s, 12. So this is what I have for you, my dear Soul Path 2. If you'd like to dive deeper with a personal reading, the link to book that is in the description box. With gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading. Hello, Soul Path 3. Welcome to your reading. So you chose the Wild Reflections Tarot with the Mookaite Jasper Stone. Now, the Mookaite Jasper Stone is all about finding or reaching your potential or seeing your potential and stepping into the confidence to do that. So I feel like October is going to be you stepping into a lot of personal power. This is also associated with the solar plexus chakra, so that center of confidence, self-expression, of joy, of happiness. So there could be some imbalances in the solar plexus chakra for you. Now, this is also amplification of instinct, especially when it comes to decision making, when there are conflicting factors at play. So I'm seeing the 2 of Swords in my mind's eye, where there's 2 decisions to make, but you're not really sure which decision to make, which is the best decision to make. And so I feel like there's a sense that you have to really lean into your intuition or your instincts a little bit more in the month of October, rather than trying to see things really logically. Maybe you are a very logical person and like to make decisions based on facts and figures and data, which is not a bad thing, but I think this may be requiring you to really step into your intuitive or your instinctual self a little bit more, so that you can bring in a little bit more balance in your decision making and something that is a little bit deeper, that is connected to your heart and maybe that solar plexus. So what really brings you joy and excitement. Now, this is also about accepting change without fear. So there could be a slight fear of change, because what if I make this decision and it's what I intuitively and instinctively feel I should do or choose, but I know it's going to create a lot of change. So maybe that is why there is this decision making that you're not quite ready to make, because you fear the change that it's going to cause or create in your life. But this Mookaite Jasper, I feel, is it's helping you accept change without fear. And maybe that's part of your message this month, is to accept that change without fear. So allow it and invite it and welcome it, rather than push it away or repress it, because there's a stuck energy that's possibly present at this time. And maybe that's why, is because there's a decision at hand that you don't want to make, but maybe know you need to make. And that's kind of the only pathway forward. But there's a fear of making it. So current energy for Soul Path 3. We'll get an opening card for you, Soul Path 3. Then we'll get into tea leaf cards, tarot cards, and then end the reading with some oracle cards as well. Okay, so rejoice in celebration with the number 3. This is very friendship energy, networking, socializing. You could be or could have gone through a season of maybe weddings or celebrations or birthdays, or just enjoying time with friends, maybe networking with others if it is in the realm of business or career. Now, you could also be wanting to expand your network or your friendship group, so you could be seeking ways to do that. But I do get a lot of really supportive energy here, so there's a lot of support around you at this time. maybe some successes that you're sharing and celebrating with friends. And bottom of the deck, just out of curiosity, we do have intuition. So again, choices, things that are hidden, the hidden wisdom, you tapping into that hidden wisdom and not being able to see that answer on the outside, but having to go within and to really feel into a decision that you might be making. So let's get into some tea leaves now for, okay, you got 4. So you got a bonus, that's okay. You have, well, family wishes come true. So that's cool. Maybe you've wished for something for a while, and maybe the month of October is going to bring that in finally, and maybe that's what the celebration is all about. Clouds, temporary problems. So there could be some challenges in the month of October, but I feel like those are all going to be temporary for you. And in meditation, a lot of the times we talk about seeing our challenges and our problems as clouds floating by, so that we're not engaging with them, we're stepping back and observing them kind of move and pass by. So that could be something for somebody. Victory in some endeavor. A lot of happy stuff I feel is coming in for you in the month of October. A lot of victory, a lot of wishes coming true, a lot of celebration in spite of maybe some troubles or some challenges. Disappointment in some affair. So that could be connected to the temporary problems there. Just going to put these together. Yeah, so there could be some things that you're cutting out of your life that I feel are going to be, they may be difficult for you, but I feel like the after effects are going to be temporary, so it's not going to stick around for very long. And you could be disappointed in having to cut something out or with a particular challenge, but it's something that I feel is necessary in order for you to step into your wishes and your victory. And I almost get the Wheel of Fortune, this too shall pass, so nothing good or bad ever stays for very long, even though sometimes it feels that way. So for Soul Path 3, let's get into the energy now for Soul Path 3. Let's look at incoming energies for the month of October. The month of October, incoming energies, strongest. Month of October. I'm seeing a lot of red. I don't know why. So we have the Ace of Pentacles in the sideways position, but I will keep it upright. It could be that it's not ready. An incoming energy, there could be an opportunity, but you might not be ready to grab hold of it. This is also, an opportunity to plant a seed, to see something grow. This might pass you by, or this might not be something that you see coming as well. So to stay open to that, to stay open to the opportunities kind of in every aspect of your life. So I'm wanting to say to let go of any expectations or shoulds in the month of October, because I feel something is going to come towards you that is an opportunity, possible business, career, job opportunity that is going to come out of left field, or it's going to come into your awareness. And if you are not kind of open to that, or you're distracted by something, possibly with these temporary problems, then you might bypass it. So just be mindful of that. What is the challenge for Soul Path 3 in the month of October? Challenge. Month of October. Soul Path. Okay, that's not usually how they do, but another sideways card. 10 of Pentacles. All right, so something to do with legacy here. I feel like your challenge is going to be building a legacy. Maybe you want something really fast to happen, but the opportunity to build this legacy is going to be a slow and steady effort. And that might be a challenge for you because you are maybe wanting to see something happen now, when this is going to take a commitment over a period of time. Now, a couple of things coming through here as well. Family wishes come true. This could be a wedding, so there could be a merger of families. is what I'm seeing with that. And that could be a little bit of a challenge. I'm not sure. This could be connected to the temporary problems. So maybe the family wishes come true, but maybe you individually aren't really too excited about this particular merger. But also the challenge when we're coming back to business, work, career is how do I take this ace and turn it into a 10? So you could be really considering that and wondering how to do that. What are the steps? What is the things that I need to invest in order to make that happen? Page of Pentacles, a lot of pentacle energy, a lot of grounded energy for you in the month of October. So that this is going to require a little bit of focus and long-term vision. Inheritance could be for some, and that might be a little bit of a challenge. Let's look at actions that you can take. Also too, I'm also getting that maybe the challenge is that an opportunity that comes to you is going to require a level of investment. Could be monetary investment that maybe you're having a hard time coming up with. Okay, actions. This is an interesting action card. Three of Swords. We'll definitely get clarifiers for these. Three of Swords is heartbreak and pain and possible trauma here. Difficult energy in the heart space. Some kind of pain that you have to address and accept. And again, it could be this disappointment, the temporary problems. I feel like you're going to be victorious though, whatever it is. It's just a matter of addressing this and really feeling into it. So maybe it's something that kind of got swept under the rug in the midst of life and you weren't able to fully look at it and process it. But I feel the month of October is in the midst of all of these wonderful opportunities and wonderful ways in which you can expand your life. I feel like there's something underlying that you need to find clarity on. We do have the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck in the reverse. So there's a lack of clarity, a lack of foresight, maybe not being able to see things from a higher point of view or a long-term point of view, not knowing what the answers are, not being able to really understand the way forward, of having your challenges overcome your clear thinking. So again, I get stepping into your personal power, but not really feeling like you're fully in it. I feel like this has something to do with it. Four of Wands is underneath the King. So it's, again, coming back to that wedding and celebration with friends and really creating a happy foundation for yourself. In order to do that, I feel you have to gain clarity on something. Maybe even self-forgiveness. Because this person is really holding herself tight. So feel free to share in the comments what messages and symbols are resonating with you right now. It's always interesting to hear how these messages land with you all and what kind of things you pick up on that I may not. So let's take a peek at the Ace of Pentacles. Clarify the Ace of Pentacles for us, please. Ten of Pentacles again. So something related to possible family business. And it's really interesting, but it's also a challenge, but also an incoming energy. So I feel you're going to be faced with something. Maybe a family business is being passed on to you and you're being challenged to run it and to keep it going. Maybe this is the decision that we talked about with the Moot Kite Jasper. It's having this opportunity and the responsibility of now committing yourself to this, to maintain it or to grow it or to keep it going. Then again, this could also be an opportunity to take care of some sort of family affair as well. Family money, so this could be inheritance, managing that. If it has to do with businesses, then the opportunity, I feel, with this Ace of Pentacles is going to offer you a long-term success. But it's, how do I get there? How do I bridge this gap between the 1 and the 10? There's a lot of steps in between. There's a lot of things that need to be done. So I almost feel like you can't be intimidated by the opportunity that is in front of you, but to take things one step at a time rather than kind of jump to the end result of what you want to see, what you see happening. And it's about having the confidence to be able to do that, to use your instinct as well as your logic, which will help give you that grounded energy. 10 of Pentacles. Clarify the 10 of Pentacles. I will laugh if the Ace of Pentacles comes out. Okay, so we have the 6 of Wands in the reverse, which I feel there's a lack of reward, that maybe this isn't a rewarding thing for you, and maybe something you didn't expect. Maybe something you don't want to celebrate, right? The 6 of Wands is celebration and reward and recognition by others after a long battle or a challenge. And maybe you haven't really been recognized for the hard work that you've put in. So I almost feel like you have to do this for yourself. You have to step into that confidence of making decisions, of really patting your own self on the back if you're not seeing that in the external world, of maybe achieving success quite quickly, but having it not be as rewarding or celebrated as you wish. And maybe that's the challenge, is to find ways to celebrate in spite of maybe some of the challenges or the problems or the disappointments that you're facing as you build something up, as you grow something, as you see growth, to find ways to have gratitude for, and to not lean on the external for the validation of your happiness, of your confidence, of your potential. I'm coming back to that message of accepting change without fear, and this could be part of that challenge. Sixes is an energy that happens after change, where you come back into balance and harmony. But because it's in reverse, it's like that hasn't happened. That balance and harmony about the specific changes that you've experienced hasn't really happened. So even though the change has occurred possibly quite quickly, there's still a resistance to it. So 3 of Swords. Sun is clarifying the 3 of Swords here. So again, I'm getting that same message of gratitude and really stepping into your confidence. The Sun energy is our solar plexus, the center of that confidence, that joy, that childlike play. But I feel like that's what you need to return to. The action is to heal from, so that you can return to yourself. I feel like maybe up to this point you haven't really been yourself, or you've not really been feeling fully confident in yourself. So this is letting go of what was and what happened, and to not personalize it, but to heal from it, to process it, to understand it, to learn from it, possibly, and then to let it go, to not keep it in your energetic body, to not worry about what you can't change, what you're unable to change, but come back to what you can change, what decisions you can make. But remember why you made the decision. There's a reason here. And it has to do with maybe loving yourself more, or realigning to your joy, even though your decisions might have disappointed others, even though you're unclear of the way forward. There's some worry here, some stress and some anxiety, some things that you're playing over and over in your head. Maybe you're taking on a lot of other people's stresses as well, so you're trying to heal their stresses and challenges and pains. But I feel this has to be a focus on self right now in the month of October. Accepting the changes you cannot change without fear, and really welcoming in change that you want to experience and you are excited about. What are those opportunities? And I feel your judgment might be a little clouded at this time because of some worries and you just not feeling clear about things. Let that be okay. Maybe just let things be and understand why this cloudiness exists, why there's some stress and worries. What does that anxiety have to share with you at this time? Is there a need that's not being met? Is there a truth that's not being shared? And even though, I'm going to say this, even though there's a lot of really tricky energy here on the table, I feel like this is something to celebrate. Some kind of victory has happened in the midst of this. So this is almost like a little bit of a blessing in disguise. Because something has been relieved, something has been offloaded, something is becoming more clear. And that's going to be for some, not everyone. Embrace uncertainty. So there could be some uncertainty that you're feeling about your future. But I feel embracing that, of being okay with not knowing. Let things be a surprise. Let the path forward be a surprise, and only focus on the next best step, not completely down the road. And that's can be a really uncomfortable place to be, because if you're anything like me, I like to know where I'm going. I don't like to drive through the fog, but I feel like you might be in a bit of a fog right now. So until the fog clears, it is one toe at a time. And that's okay, because you're still moving forward. Even though it might not feel that way, you're still working through something, you're still processing something. But don't let that overshadow potential opportunities to do something new, to do something fresh and exciting, to do something that you can invest in your future. And we have beginnings. That's kind of the feeling that I'm getting, especially with the Ace of Pentacles on the table as incoming energy. There's something new to begin here. And I feel it's going to lead you to a lot of abundance. That could be monetary, but that could also just be feeling really grateful and having a lot of really rich, fulfilling people, experiences, situations, a really nice home that you're surrounded by, lots of comfort and security. So whatever abundance looks like to you, I feel like this is kind of the starting point for that. But in the midst of that, you are moving through some difficult heart energy of letting something go, of really saying goodbye to something that didn't work, of maybe relieving some stress and anxieties that have caused you pain over a period of time that you're just ready to release. And stepping into the uncertainty, but following your joy in that process and welcoming the new beginnings that are going to be available to you in the month of October. So my Soul Path 3, this is what I have for you. If you'd like to dive deeper with a personal reading, the link to book one is in the description box. And with gratitude, I'm sending you my love, and we'll see you in your next reading.